Thank you for choosing LiftMaster. This video provides an overview of the steps for installing the CAPXL access control system. This video is intended for demonstration purposes only. The procedures demonstrated should only be performed by trained professional installers and service technicians. Safe operation and servicing requires that you follow all instructions and safety advisories found in the manual. To locate a trained professional installer or service technician, go to liftmaster.com/locate-a-dealer. Before installation, be sure to complete a site survey to avoid problems and delays during installation. Before you start the installation, make sure a MyQ business account is set up, the CAPXL is added to the facility and configured, the resident database is set up, and any credentials are added and associated to the appropriate people. Once installed, phone service with phone.com can be set up through myqbusiness.com. See our videos about how to set up features in MyQ Business for more information. The CAPXL installation requires a variety of wires including power, relay connections, internet, and accessory cables. It's a good idea to route all cables before starting. The CAPXL can be connected to the internet in the following ways: Wi-Fi, cellular using the optional CAPXL module, and wired connection. Wired internet can either be a high-speed internet connection or the existing phone line can be upgraded to a DSL internet connection. Make sure the internet connection and any Wi-Fi router password is available prior to beginning the installation. Open the door and lay the CAPXL face down on a table or flat surface with the door hanging off the edge. Identify which knockouts need to be removed based on your application. For this installation, we'll punch 4 knockouts for mounting and the center knockout for wiring. Remove the knockouts using a hammer and a small center punch tool of approximately 4 inches in total length. Use pliers to remove the metal knockout tabs. The CAPXL needs to be securely mounted to a flat surface or pedestal. For recess mounting, the CAPXL TK trim kit and back box are recommended. Position the unit for mounting, pulling the wiring through the knockouts. Secure the CAPXL to the surface using the appropriate hardware for your application. Stainless steel hardware is recommended to mount the CAPXL. Use of zinc-plated or galvanized hardware is not recommended because of the risk for rusting. Antennas are required for Wi-Fi network connection, and Security Plus 2.0 radio remotes and wireless connection to LiftMaster gate operators. If both antennas will be used, these must be a minimum of 8 inches apart. Install the antennas on opposite sides of the CAPXL. For the radio antenna, remove a 3/8 inch knockout on the side or back of the CAPXL. Secure the radio antenna cable to the desired knockout on the CAPXL with the provided washer and nut. Attach the radio antenna to the connector on the secured end of the cable. Then, attach the other end of the cable to the power internet board. For the Wi-Fi antenna, remove a 1/4 inch knockout on the side or back of the CAPXL. Secure the Wi-Fi antenna cable to the desired knockout on the CAPXL with the provided gasket, washer, and nut. Attach the Wi-Fi antenna to the connector on the secured end of the cable. Then, attach the other end of the cable to the control board. If the antennas need to be mounted remotely, 15-foot extension cables are available from LiftMaster. An earth ground rod is strongly recommended and should be no further than 12 feet from the CAPXL and use a minimum of 12-gauge wire in most cases. A proper ground is critical to minimizing the risk for the CAPXL from damaging electrical transients. Be sure to check and follow all national and local codes for proper grounding procedures. Connect the ground wire to the CAPXL main earth ground connection. Run the wire from the CAPXL to a suitable earth ground. The outlet for the CAPXL must be an external dedicated 120-volt AC outlet rated for 10 amps. Connect the 14 to 18-gauge power wire leading from the CAPXL to the stripped secondary DC output wires on the power supply. Black is negative and red is positive. Consult the manual for allowable wire run distances for the gauge of wiring being used. Remove the power input terminal block from the power Internet board. Connect the power supply wires to the power input terminal block with the red wire connecting to the plus 24-volt terminal and the black wire connecting to the ground terminal. Reattach the terminal block to the power Internet board. For outdoor installations, the power supply must be inside a NEMA 4 weatherproof electrical enclosure. Plug the power supply into a 120-volt AC outlet after all connections have been made. The green LEDs on the door board will blink, and the green LED on the power Internet board will light solid when powered up. The CAPXL will display the LiftMaster logo and other computer code while booting up. The CAPXL boots up in admin mode from the factory. Tap Continue to be taken to the network setup screen. If you are not in admin mode, locate the dip switch on the power Internet board. Flip dip switch number 1 to the on position. The CAPXL can connect to the Internet with a wired connection, with cellular, using the CAPXL or with Wi-Fi. For this video, we will demonstrate a DHCP or automatic IP configuration wired network. Connect an Ethernet cable from the hub, switch, or router to the LAN port on the power Internet board. On the back of the CAPXL display, on the control board, the green LEDs on the Ethernet port will light up or flicker when a connection to an active network device is established. If the green LED is not lit, first check that the router is powered up. Also check the connections on the CAPXL and the router. Press the Network tab on the CAPXL display and press the Change Network Settings button. On the display, select Wired Network, then press Next. The screen will update with network connection statuses. Press Next to exit this screen. Next, disconnect all electrical power to the CAPXL and any powered accessories such as gate operators and maglocks. A door in CAPXL and MyQ Business is a group of inputs and outputs working together to allow access and monitoring of an access point. The door numbers and connectors are marked on the CAPXL board covers. One CAPXL can control up to 4 doors. On the control board, each door includes a Wiegand input, primary relay output, auxiliary relay output, request to exit, and door status input. For Wiegand credential readers, please refer to the CAPXL manual or reader instructions for directions for mounting the hardware before completing the wiring. Remove the terminal block from the Wiegand input of the desired door. Insert the wires from the reader and secure with a small screwdriver. Plug the terminal block back onto the control board. Connect the gate operator or maglock wires to the primary relay. Most applications use the normally open and common. Remove the terminal block from the primary relay of the desired door. Insert the wires from the gate operator and secure with a small screwdriver. Plug the terminal block back onto the control board. Connect the other end of the cable to the gate operator control board according to the instructions for your application. If using Request to Exit, connect the Request to Exit switch to the Door 1 REX connector. The Request to Exit feature must also be activated in MyQ Business. To monitor the position of the gate or a door using the door status sensor, wire to the status connector. To supervise the monitored connection, you'll need to supply two 1000 ohm resistors. One will be wired in series and the other in parallel on the side of the gate operator or door. The supervised input feature must also be activated in MyQ Business. An optional postal lock can be supplied by the Postal Service for installation. Remove the wing nut and plug. Discard the wing nut and plug. Remove the 4 mounting nuts from the studs. Install the postal lock using the 4 nuts. Cut the factory-installed wire tie from the postal lock switch. The postal lock switch is wired from the factory. Restore power to the CAPXL and gate operator. If you choose to, instead of wiring the CAPXL to a gate operator, a wireless connection can be established. One CAPXL can control up to 8 LiftMaster gate operators wirelessly. This includes open commands, hold open commands, and receiving diagnostic information which can be configured in MyQ Business notifications. If using a primary-secondary operator configuration, you can only program the primary operator to the CAPXL. You should already be in admin mode. If not, flip dip switch number 1 on the CAPXL Power Internet board to the On position. On the CAPXL display, select the Outputs tab. Then select the desired door number. Press and release the Learn button on the primary operator. The green transmitter LED will light. Press and release the Learn button again on the primary operator. The yellow network LED will light. The operator will time out of programming mode after 180 seconds. Return to the CAPXL and tap the Learn button on the display that corresponds to the primary or auxiliary relay. The Learn button text will change to Unlearn. The gate operator will beep and exit Learn mode if successful. Confirm everything is working by tapping Test Relay on the CAPXL display. The gate operator will open. If you hear 4 beeps or the indicator light blinks 4 times, you are not programming to the primary gate operator. Reattempt programming from the other gate operator. Before continuing, add the CAPXL to a facility in MyQ Business. To exit admin mode, flip dip switch number 1 to the Off position on the CAPXL Power Internet board. The CAPXL will have downloaded the previously configured database. Confirm the clock, welcome message, and background image have been downloaded. Tap Touch Here to get started and find a name. Confirm that phone calls trigger the appropriate access points. Also test credentials and entry codes. The installation is complete. For more detailed information, including wiring diagrams, please refer to the CAPXL installation manual that came with the unit. For more information, visit dealer.liftmaster.com.